Right now, President Biden oversees the focus on Monday's meeting with the Chinese president. Also, cryptocurrency chaos, a major player declaring bankruptcy, what this means for the rest of the industry.
And another day of cold temperatures that will remain in this cold pattern. I'll show how long these cold conditions will last and when we might see some accumulating snow.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to our top stories this morning, we're going to get a check outside. Greg, it's chilly. You're tracking some snow. What's today looking like?
Well, actually, today's not going to be as cloudy and as much snow as we saw yesterday with the showers going on. Less cloud cover today, but so far temperatures have started to kind of plummet here. We did clear out skies here late tonight, so that's why temperatures are down to 26 degrees, even low 20s too, as the skies have cleared kind of right after 4 a.m. So we'll start seeing those temperatures climb back up. Yesterday, highs didn't budge much more in the low to mid 30s. 38 in Lone Rock obviously was a hot spot, but overall pretty much well below average. Today we're going to see similar conditions, but less low clouds, more high clouds, so more sun and lighter winds, so temperature won't change much. It may just feel a little better. We won't have the snow as much as we had yesterday. So overall, we're getting up to about 34 degrees at 1 p.m. as we go for Madison. La Crosse right now, still cloud cover there, 27 degrees north wind. They'll have less cloud cover, more high clouds coming in this afternoon. They'll get up to 32 by 1 p.m. Lighter winds too. Overall, you look at the showers, it's starting to actually taper off because the winds are starting to turn to the west, and that'll kind of stop that. And we have high clouds. You can start coming into the picture right there. And wise, like I said, overall, there's our system that's going to provide some snow for La Crosse maybe by tomorrow, and then a system down there, the one way down there, is one that we're going to track, and I'll time that out a bit later when we'll expect maybe some accumulating snow later in the broadcast.
All right, something to keep an eye on. Thanks, Greg. President Biden is in Cambodia this morning attending a summit of South Asian leaders. Their meetings come ahead of Biden's high-stakes meeting tomorrow with Chinese President Xi Jinping. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer has more from Cambodia.
President Biden stepped off the plane in Phnom Penh to a warm welcome. Never mind that later he appeared to confuse his host's country with one in South America.
I want to thank the Prime Minister for Colombia's leadership in the ASEAN as ASEAN chair.
But overall, the mood music was cordial and the message was clear. America seeks to build alliances with ASEAN countries to help counter a rising China.
ASEAN is the heart of my administration's Indo-Pacific strategy.
U.S. officials are offering support and investment to ASEAN countries in a whole range of areas, from digital networks to policing illegal fishing. But its rival, China, has been bankrolling huge infrastructure projects like dams and highways across this region for years. This is a race for influence that's heating up. And while ASEAN leaders want to engage with America, they can't afford to alienate China, which remains their biggest trading partner. Cambodia is a good example of a country trying to have it both ways. It announced this summer that China would pay to help expand its Ream naval base. U.S. officials fear China will then use the base for its own military. Cambodia says that won't happen, but President Biden raised the issue here anyway. Behind the courtesies and the smiles, applying a little pressure. From here, President Biden flies on to the G20 conference in Indonesia and the most highly anticipated meeting of this whole ambitious trip. With tensions over Taiwan and North Korea riding very high, he will sit down face-to-face with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Phnom Penh.
And in Ukraine, a city that Russian President Vladimir Putin said would be Russia's forever is now firmly in Ukrainian hands, and its residents couldn't be happier about it. That's how people in the city of Kherson welcomed Ukrainian troops, you can see there, following months of Russian occupation. On Friday, Moscow announced it had pulled out from the West Bank near the Dnipro River, conceding 40% of the Kherson region to Ukrainians, including the city itself. Ukrainian troops also swept through other towns in that area, holding up their flag to mark the end of Russia's occupation. Ukrainian President Zelensky addressed the nation, saying that region had been liberated. Back here at home, the FAA says 2 airplanes collided during a performance at the Wings Over Dallas Air Show on Saturday. It happened at the Dallas Executive Airport. Unknown still how many people were on board the planes, as the crash is still under investigation. The number of people killed has not been confirmed. Well, there's new chaos in the world of cryptocurrency. FTX shocked investors by declaring bankruptcy this week. It spent millions making sure its name was seen and known. CBS's Astrid Martinez has more.
The impact of the FTX collapse has been immediate and extensive.
FTX is the safest and easiest way to buy and sell crypto.
The cryptocurrency empire had made a number of expensive sports-related investments, including with Major League Baseball, whose umpires wear the company's logo. And despite a reported $135 million 19-year deal struck just last year, the Miami Heat's FTX Arena will soon have a new name. The team and Miami-Dade County saying the reports about FTX are extremely disappointing.
We're not going to know the full impact of this for weeks, if not months. I compare it to Lehman Brothers.
This week, the multi-billion-dollar company run by Sam Bankman-Fried crashed. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy Friday, with Bankman-Fried issuing a mea culpa on Twitter. Today, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told Bloomberg that she's convinced this sector demands very careful regulation.
The proper place for this would be for Congress to put some proper legislation in place to really give guardrails for this.
An industry that had boomed, especially during the pandemic, now in free fall. FTX put out a statement today saying it was investigating unauthorized transactions flowing from its accounts. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
While still ahead this morning, a major recall for Tesla owners to be aware of. And you're taking a live look over the Beltline this morning over at Whitney Way. Traffic moving easy so far. Greg is back with the full forecast after this.
As falling leaves give way to snow, Midwestern winters bring rough weather and high energy bills. Feldco's here to help with our biggest sale of the season. 50% off windows, no money down, and no interest until 2024. Winter's right around the corner, and the clock is ticking.
50% off windows and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer, I love it, and 200 team member, oh yes. Certainly. We got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo gives you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with a grace period? Like accidentally parking where you shouldn't.
Hey, what about this one? Nah, that one gets an extra day. Somebody got lucky.
Like having an extra day grace period? When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Turkey? Check. Cranberries. Stuffing? Pie? Check, check, check. Potatoes sweet and mashed? Check. Now what about that post-turkey nap? Don't worry. The Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. Shop today and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And check out the Summit Firm for only $279.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. The Black Friday Super Sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Yeah, this cold pattern continues this week, but we do have some snow chances coming in, and one is that system we mentioned down to the southwest is going to begin to eject and pull up to our area close by the time we get to Tuesday. That provides an opportunity for some snow along with some colder air to come with it behind it, and then we have another front right up there that comes through by Friday. That's even a stronger shot of colder air, which will drop temperatures further. But for today, we got less cloud cover. The winds are starting to change aloft in the surface. We'll have high clouds come across, which means kind of an end to all the snow shower activity that we had the past few days. It'll still keep temperatures still cold, but overall, we'll see winds start to turn around tomorrow. We have that system approaching into Minnesota, then approaches La Crosse here later. That'll provide an opportunity for snow. That falls apart, and then we're watching the system for southern Wisconsin come up here from the south. That's the Tuesday system that could bring opportunity for some accumulating snow for really the whole area. For today, just light winds. Sky conditions won't be as much. The high clouds will begin to push back in later this afternoon, but high temperatures, mid-30s to upper 30s in a few locations. For tonight, we're going to see more clouds start to stream in, and especially as you get towards tomorrow morning, western areas west of La Crosse will start seeing some of that snow begin to push into the area. La Crosse maybe by noon. That falls apart really. It just becomes more cloud cover, so we're not going to see much on that. If we see for snowfall going through the whole period, we go through about Monday till Tuesday, we're seeing some snow really to the western areas of Rochester, and then later on, till we get to Tuesday afternoon, this is kind of one idea how much snow we may get. But really, there's a potential for a lot of the areas, for most of the areas, to get like 1 to 2 inches of snowfall. And this is quite a long period of time, with except towards the lake, which may get a little bit more because of lake effect. But so it's going to be a snowfall, but nothing significant major. It'll be Tuesday, and then it'll start clearing out by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. So Wednesday morning commute may be the one we'll keep an eye on. Otherwise, it's going to be just a light snow that you'll just have to keep an eye on as we get closer to the event to see if we change those amounts. But for right now, it doesn't look like too significant an event this time of year. The front comes through, the temperatures drop this weekend, and then start moderating back up. Same story for La Crosse. That front will come through, dropping temperatures in the single digits overnight, and then we'll start modifying a little bit, but still below average through all the way through next weekend.
Below average this early in November. What do you think that means for the rest of the month?
I don't think it means too much. It's La Nina, so we still are in this type of pattern, but it all depends how much snow cover we get through November, December to see what we'll have in January.
But not too out of the ordinary.
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll keep an eye on that snow, Greg. Thank you very much. All right, to consumer news this morning, Tesla has announced a voluntary recall of more than 40,000 vehicles that could have a power steering issue. The recall involves Model S and Model X vehicles built between 2017 and 2021. Some drivers have reported their electric cars lose power steering on bumpy roads or after hitting a pothole. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports that the defect does not affect steering control itself. The fix involves downloading a software update. No injuries have been reported in connection with the recall. Real estate giant Redfin is closing its home flipping unit and laying off 13% of its staff. Officials from the Seattle-based company say these decisions come as the business continues losing money. Redfin is following the lead of competitor Opendoor, which recently revealed it had sold too many homes for a loss. Both companies are known as iBuyers, which use computer algorithms to purchase homes in bulk and then flip them. Now the companies say high interest rates and the cost of renovations are rising faster than officials can predict. With holiday shopping underway, maybe your street or driveway is clogged with lots of delivery trucks bringing packages to your door. I know mine has been. But those trucks also deliver carbon dioxide exhaust and harmful emissions. So experts at Consumer Reports are sharing some tips to make your online orders a little greener.
Is this the sound of your holiday? And sure, maybe having Amazon Prime or Walmart Plus means you don't pay for fast shipping. But the environmental costs of getting goods from a warehouse to your door can be high. Trucks and vans making last-mile deliveries are estimated to emit more carbon dioxide annually than burning 4.5 billion pounds of coal. And that's not just bad for the environment. Consumer Reports says it's dangerous for us too.
If you breathe in the harmful fumes from delivery vans and trucks that are going by, these are microscopic particles. They can cause asthma. They can contribute to heart disease or cancer. That comes from decades of studies. And children and elderly people are particularly vulnerable to those harms.
FedEx, Amazon, and UPS all have plans to roll out electric delivery vehicles. But that process will take years. But there are some things you can do now to lower the impact of your family's online holiday shopping. First, take a look at how and when you press buy and plan ahead to avoid those one-item orders.
It's best to consolidate your deliveries into just one order if you can, and to pick the slowest shipment speed. That allows companies to keep fewer vans on the road.
Or instead of choosing delivery, pick up your packages from a nearby location like a UPS store or an Amazon locker. That cuts down on individual deliveries those big vans need to make. And remember, shopping locally this holiday is a great way to help your local businesses and the environment, especially if you leave the car at home. Walking, biking, or riding transit to the store will help minimize the environmental impact of your purchases. This is David Fazekas.
Another benefit to cutting down on all those online orders, you'll also reduce the number of shipping boxes and bags arriving at your front door that you'll need to recycle later. All right, when we get back this morning, a health conversation to get your skin ready for the winter months.
This portion of News 3 Now sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Who's on it with Jardiance?
Free. Jump. We're the ones getting it done.
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're on it with Jardiance.
Join the growing number of people who are on it with the once daily pill, Jardiance. Jardiance not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardiance may help you lose some weight.
Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
We're on it.
We're on it. We're on it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're going to have cold conditions continue, but probably less snow than we had yesterday, more sunshine. Cloud cover will still be there. Light snow tomorrow for more La Crosse as the system approaches from the west. And then everyone should get some accumulating snow, maybe 1 to 2 inches from a Tuesday to a Wednesday time frame. we'll have to keep an eye on especially Wednesday morning commute, see if we have any slick spots on that. For the time being for today, we're looking at clouds kind of dissipating this afternoon and then high clouds this afternoon, but overall lighter winds. Temperatures still about the same as yesterday, mid-30s. Same thing for Madison too. Less cloud cover, low clouds, but more high clouds as we get towards this evening. Lighter winds and temperatures still around in the mid-30s, which is still well below average what we should see. There's your Tuesday, Wednesday system that we're keeping an eye on, along with a Friday front that'll drop our temps even colder. Same story for La Crosse too. We have that front coming in, which could drop temperatures into the single digits, especially if we get any snow cover on the ground. Both areas right now look dry going into Thanksgiving time frame.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Well, in this morning's health conversation, I sat down with Dr. Rupa Shah to talk about how the colder temperatures could impact your skin. Cooler temperatures, drier air, and blasting heat to stay warm can take a big toll on your skin. SSM Health family medicine physician and wellness coach Dr. Rupa Shah joins me this morning with tips on how to winterize your skin and avoid uncomfortable cracking, flaking, and itchiness this fall and winter. Dr. Shah, let's start with how people can avoid uncomfortably dry skin this winter, because it's starting to get cold.
Yeah. So this is that time of year where you start noticing those changes, that flaky, itchy skin. The best idea is to find a good moisturizing cream that you like. Ideally something that's non-fragrance, that's got a good moisture base to it. Creams are going to be more moisturizing than lotions, so finding something that you like to put on your skin to really lock in that moisture is a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Now, this is something we always hear about. Our face and our skin. Should people consider wearing sunscreen during the winter? Something people might not normally think of.
Yeah, so we think like we're all bundled up in the winter, but we're still exposed on our faces and then our hands. So it is a good idea to wear sunscreen. And especially if we think about it, the snow can actually reflect a lot of UV rays back onto our skin. So again, when you think about if people go skiing and they get the little cheeks and stuff, everything's red because there's a lot of UV rays still out there. So make sure to wear your sunscreen even in the winter time.
It's a great tip, something I would not normally think of. Now, how about treating the dry skin once it actually develops? Should people consider exfoliating to help uncover new skin?
Yeah, so exfoliation can be a good idea. You just don't want to over-exfoliate and get a little too aggressive. So finding a gentle, like physical exfoliator, the little scrubs that have the little beads in them, can be a good idea, maybe once or twice a week. Just making like small, gentle circles on your skin, not being too aggressive or rubbing too vigorously. And then right afterwards, sealing in that moisture with a nice moisturizing cream is a good idea. And there's lots of good creams on the market from Cetaphil and CeraVe, just to name a few. But just something to really lock in the moisture overnight.
And you don't have to spend a ton of money on these things either.
No, absolutely not.
Well, thank you, Dr. Shah. Where else can people find you?
So they can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
As always, our thanks to Dr. Rupa Shah. Well, still ahead this morning, details on a fatal crash in the town of Oregon. We'll talk about that when we get back.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need the glow, the glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's the way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's glow time.
People remember ads with young people having a good time. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a pool party.
Good times insurance.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4imprint, for certain.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
At Associated Physicians, we think it's time for you to redirect and start thinking about you. Who's with us? Our OBGYN team is here and they are ready. We know you, as always, are taking care of everyone and everything. And our OBGYN team has just one focus: you. Schedule your routine wellness exam today. Call us at 608-233-9746. Associated Physicians. Visit us at apmadison.com.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Wisconsin's oldest Chinese restaurant turns 100 years old.
Monday, we're live in the 608 to meet the proud owners and see how you can help them celebrate.
Plus, we're tracking the pattern that could bring chances for widespread snow. It's Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
A small community's big tribute to its veterans.
I think to me the wall says, as a Vietnam vet, welcome home.
Leah Linscheid shows you how students in her hometown of Highland helped bring a school project idea to life for their village. Monday at 10.
Right now, a big win for the Democrats as they regain control of the U.S. Senate. Also, one veteran helping other veterans experiencing homelessness.
And we're continuing to be stuck in this cold pattern, which leads to below average normal temperatures and snow chances for the upcoming week. I'll break down when the best opportunity is to see some accumulating snow and maybe some travel impacts.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to news this morning, we're going to send it over to Greg with their first warn weather. Greg, how's today looking? It's a little cold out there.
Yeah, I definitely think for the Packer game, it's probably going to be more like it
chilly.
Should be. It'll be in the 30s and quite chilly. Definitely it will be. Quite a bit of change. But we are starting to see the winds start to change a lot. You can see the clouds starting to become west to east, which means our surface winds also are going to start changing. That'll end more of the snow showers threat that we saw yesterday. We're starting to see clear skies. We'll see high clouds come in, but overall less of those low clouds. Winds are starting to lighten up. They're not that as strong as they were yesterday. Temperature-wise, we haven't really budged much, 4 to 5 degrees, really, compared to what we did previously. Same story for Madison, too. We haven't budged much in our temperatures. Cloud covers kind of kept that in place. So overall, right now, 26 degrees at the airport. We're going to have a few clouds. We're going to get up to about 34 degrees by 1 p.m. with light winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And so what we saw yesterday was more 15. La Crosse, same story. A few clouds out there, but more high clouds still sticking around. We'll see temperatures get up to about the low 30s with lighter winds, too. So overall, less cloud cover, more sunshine. That's the system that we're tracking that's going to provide some snow for La Crosse. Maybe tomorrow it falls apart. The system that we're concerned for Tuesday is still well to the southwest. It's going to take us time to get up here. But I'll break down what we expect, how much snow, and maybe if it impacts your Wednesday morning commute a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Well, we start this morning with breaking news overnight. One person is dead following a crash in the town of Oregon. According to the Dane County Sheriff's Office, the two-vehicle crash happened just before 4 p.m. Saturday on Rome Corners Road and County Highway MM. The investigation shows the driver of a black sedan did not stop for a stop sign at that intersection, causing the collision with the driver of a white truck. The driver of the sedan was pronounced dead at the scene, and the other driver of the truck was ejected through the passenger side door and was taken to a local hospital for life-threatening injuries. Police say alcohol may have been a factor in this crash. The identity of the deceased driver has not yet been released. The balance of power in Washington is becoming a little bit clearer. Late Saturday, CBS News projected that Senator Catherine Cortez Masto won her close race in Nevada, and that gives Democrats the one seat they needed to retain control of the U.S. Senate. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more on the reaction overnight.
One of the major questions from the midterms is now answered. The vote count in Nevada shows Democratic Senator Catherine Cortez Masto has been reelected, defeating Republican challenger Adam Laxalt, according to CBS News projections. That secures control of the Senate for Democrats, a victory President Biden celebrated while traveling in Cambodia.
I feel good. I'm looking forward to the next couple of years.
Thank you, everybody. Arizona Senator Mark Kelly is also the projected winner in his race, fending off Republican Blake Masters. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said clenching the Senate again is a statement from voters.
The American people rejected the anti-democratic, extremist MAGA Republicans.
The news comes days before former President Trump is set to make his own big announcement. Sources tell CBS News he intends to launch another presidential bid Tuesday. But some Republicans say he has been weakened after the midterms.
I think his influence was always going to wane, and I think the disastrous outcome on this past Tuesday, much of it, his responsibility, frankly, is going to hasten that.
Some Republicans had hoped Trump would stay out of the headlines until after the Senate race is decided in Georgia, where Herschel Walker is now their last hope for an evenly divided chamber. Walker faces Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock in a runoff next month. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Of course, even if Herschel Walker wins in Georgia, Democrats will have control in the Senate thanks to Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. But Democrats will be fighting for a Georgia win. A 51-seat majority would give them full control over the makeup of committees and also blunt the influence of West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin. Following Mark Kelly's win in Arizona, protesters in Arizona spent part of Saturday outside the Maricopa County Elections Center over concerns with tallying votes. The RNC and the Republican Party of Arizona sent out a tweet demanding the county require around-the-clock shifts of ballot processing. Blake Masters also made allegations of misconduct. The chairman of the Maricopa County Arizona Board of Supervisors, Bill Gates, is calling those allegations offensive and pushed back.
As far as the allegation that this is taking too long, when we look back in the history books here, over the past couple of decades, on average, it takes 10 to 12 days to complete the count. That's not because of anything Maricopa County has decided to do. That's because of how Arizona law is set up.
Officials from the RNC and state parties say they would, quote, not hesitate to take legal action if necessary. To more local news now, police in Menominee Falls are investigating 2 separate thefts at an Ulta Beauty on Tuesday, then again on Wednesday. Police allege these 2 women you see here stole $1,000 worth of fragrances Tuesday and left the store on foot. The next day, they say this man stole more than $6,400 worth of goods from Ulta Beauty. He was last seen running away toward the nearby Costco. You see his picture there. If you have any information on these incidents or can help identify the suspects, you're asked to call Menominee Falls Police at 262-532-8700. For the past few days in Baraboo, people could get up close and personal with Wisconsin's feathered friends. 2 of Wisconsin's leading conservation organizations, the International Crane Foundation and the Aldo Leopold Foundation, came together to create the first annual Great Midwest Crane Fest. One of the event planners says this event is so important in the efforts to protect the birds in our state.
I feel like as people get to know the birds better, that interest leads to more conservation-related issues. So just like getting people involved and making sure they understand, you know, the issues that surround cranes and things like that.
Cranes are among the most endangered family of birds in the world, with 10 of the 15 species threatened. Well, this Veterans Day weekend, one Marine that struggled with homelessness in the past is helping fellow veterans experiencing the same. Our Andrew Banstra introduces us to Chad Adler and shares his story of helping those just like him.
I started this back in 2015 with just a thought of wanting to raise $500 over the lunch hour. As a server here at the time, I was going to donate 100% of my tips to help feed homeless veterans for Thanksgiving.
This annual event makes a real difference in veterans' lives. But Chad doesn't do it for the credit. He does it because he knows this struggle all too well.
The emphasis behind this, like I said, was to raise money for homeless veterans. At one point, I was considered a homeless veteran myself.
The money raised each year at Roadside Grill goes directly to those who need it, and it's no chump change.
Collectively, I think at this point, I added the numbers up. The last 7 years, we've raised over $93,000.
Fundraising through all types of auctions, cash donations, and merch sales, they raise money for local nonprofits that provide resources to homeless veterans.
All these different organizations, we all have the same mission: take care of veterans, one way or another. So, because I don't have the kinds of resources these bigger organizations have, I'm basically helping them do the fundraising, and I have no problems giving them the money because I know it's going to good causes.
2020 and COVID threw a curveball at Chad, but he persevered. He decided if he can't have the event, he'll just sit on the patio for 24 hours and collect cash donations.
But 2020 to me was the most meaningful year, and that was the year that we raised $10,000, but we weren't giving away shirts. We weren't giving away prizes. Like, people donated out of the kindness of their heart.
So what did he do in 2021? Sat on the patio for 48 hours. And as Chad's picked up his life, he's bringing along fellow veterans in need with him. He's got their back.
I had to hold back this year. You know, we have this saying, I've got your six, or never leave a man behind, or never leave a woman behind. And now that I'm in a position where I'm good with my life and I can do something to help out another fellow veteran, I'm going to do it in any way possible.
In Windsor, Andrew Banstrut, News 3 Now.
What a great story there. Still ahead this morning, inclusion and sport. How one local group is inviting all for a game of basketball.
Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with a travel peace of mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
When you prefer dream vacation over a rental nightmare, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Here's to the holidays. Here's to the casserole queens and Santas who saute. To the turkeys brined in beer, and well, just beer. To the ones who do the most, and the ones who do the least. To the classic traditions, and whatever you call this one. This year, no matter how you holiday, Festival has you covered. Festival Foods, a Wisconsin tradition since 1946.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything, like your future in-laws?
Hope you like cats.
I hope your parents like me. They're whispering.
The kitties like her.
Oh, can they tell I'm allergic? Tears of joy.
Welcome to the family.
Like knowing where you stand? When it comes to your credit score, you can with Wells Fargo.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Select Quote. We shop, you save.
Hey, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes.
Welcome home. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Yeah, we still have some cloud cover out there, but we're starting to see more clear skies, especially towards southern Wisconsin right now. So as you see, temperatures have dropped off. La Crosse area is still picking up with that low clouds cover, but you're starting to see breaks. Madison here sitting at 26. We've dropped because of the clouds we've lost. There's still high clouds out there, but overall today should be low to mid 30s for most locations, similar to yesterday, but not quite the snow that we saw. Temperatures here climbing up to Madison at about 36. Less cloud covers, and then we'll see more high clouds move in this evening and then overnight. La Crosse will lose some of that slowly. Still not all of it will be gone. Still low 30s for temperatures, and then more clouds come in tonight too, because we do have a system approaching. For Madison, the snow comes in Monday night more than Tuesday, Wednesday. And for La Crosse, we see some snow tomorrow, but then we see also accumulating snow coming Tuesday into Wednesday for both locations, followed by another drop in temperatures towards next weekend.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Well, hey, the Madison Marathon kicked off about 40 minutes ago. They started at 7. So I just wanted to give you a quick reminder here for anyone planning to be downtown today. The races started at the Capitol Square. From there, runners will be passing through the UW Arboretum, UW's campus, Warner Park, and then back to the Capitol. So be on the lookout for road closures in that area. And again, good luck to all of those who are running today. UW La Crosse is giving back to the disabled community with its Wheels for All event. UWL students invited all members of the community to shoot some hoops, and organizers say their main goal is to create an inclusive environment so everyone can play some basketball. One student involved says putting on the event meant getting the details right.
Just to know a little bit about how wheelchair basketball is played, going through the steps of just planning an event and making sure that we're putting on an event that's inclusive and making sure that every little detail is okay.
If you or someone you know is interested in playing wheelchair basketball, you can find a team near you through the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. La Crosse area veterans got the chance to get active at the Omni Center in Onalaska on Saturday. The vets played warrior hockey. That's a growing trend sponsored by the National Hockey League. It gathers vets from all over the country to compete against each other on the ice. Veterans who participated in the game say they hope events like these continue to raise awareness.
Try to support the troops. Everyone kind of fights their own demons when they get back, and just, volunteer veterans organizations. There's lots of homeless vets that need some help. There's people struggling with mental health issues that need some help. So just kind of build the awareness.
Team Wisconsin organizers hope to put together a local team. That'd be awesome. Olin Park is officially a winter wonderland as the lights have been switched on for the 34th annual Holiday Fantasy in Lights. Look at that at night. Looks great. The first light show was in 1989 at Warner Park with just 11 light displays, and it's now grown to feature more than 50 displays in Olin Park each holiday season.
We enjoy doing it too, and we enjoy giving it back to the community for this. It's a good family event, especially when you get a little snow on the ground.
Be careful what you wish for. That snow could be coming next week, as Greg mentioned. Well, the lights will be on from dusk till dawn through New Year's Day. All right, coming up this morning, the Badgers' offensive struggles return. Zach breaks down the game when we get back. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol this morning. Good luck to all those marathon runners out there. It's a chilly morning. Greg's got the forecast when we get back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Who's on it with Jardiance?
Free. Jump. We're the ones getting it done.
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're on it with Jardiance.
Join the growing number of people who are on it with the once daily pill, Jardiance. Jardiance not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardiance may help you lose some weight.
Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once-daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
We're on it.
We're on it. We're on it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, the cold pattern is going to be continuing for quite a while. We do have some snow chances coming in, and a little bit accumulating snow, but nothing real too significant. By the time we get to Wednesday, we're going to see the system come up from the south. That's going to allow us to have some opportunity for snow, basically stretching back into the Midwest, and that'll stick around here through Wednesday. And then we have another front coming maybe Thursday, Friday up to the north. It'll drop more snow. That'll be more cold air that we'll get for next weekend, dropping temperatures back in the 20s. So we do have an opportunity. It's just not going to be any type of major winter storm event yet. For today, less cloud cover. We'll have high clouds start to come in from the west. We have a system approaching. Overall, lighter winds, and you see the winds actually start turning around to the southeast out to west of La Crosse. So overall, not a bad day. The shower activity that system comes in through Monday. That'll spread snow towards La Crosse before it starts falling apart over our area once we get towards Monday afternoon. We're going to watch the system, as you can kind of see, come up here from the south. That's the one that's going to provide our opportunity for snow come Tuesday, and that's one that we're keeping an eye on. For today, just cloud cover, a little bit high clouds will be pushing in. Overall, more sun, lighter winds than we saw yesterday, but temperatures still going to struggle to get more than the mid-30s. As we get in this afternoon, this evening, we'll have high clouds. We'll start seeing the winds turn around. You can see from the southeast lightly. Temperatures will drop off early tonight and then probably recover a little bit after midnight with the cloud cover increasing. Then we'll have some snow probably approaching La Crosse. West of those areas by tomorrow, a few flakes here. They'll start pushing northeast as it lifts north. We'll not see any type of that stuff down towards the Madison area really for tomorrow. It's the Tuesday system that we're watching to keep an eye on once we get to that point. That's a system that'll bring up snow here by Tuesday. It'll continue until Wednesday morning. Snow amounts through Monday really to the west of Rochester with that system. Not much to be expected even if stuff hits La Crosse. Overall, for most areas for this system right now, 1 to 2 inches with maybe some spotty areas of 3 to 3 inches. More or less looks like maybe some lake effect as you get towards Milwaukee could pick up a little bit more than that. But remember, this is like a 2-day period of snow, so it's not a really major system. It just depends on the timing of the snow that we get, which looks like maybe Wednesday morning with the temperatures getting below freezing could be a commute issue, maybe. That's the same story for Madison, too, that we're going to keep an eye on more closely is Wednesday morning. Otherwise, the front comes through the end of the week, and both areas are going to see temperatures drop. High temperatures back into the 20s for the weekend, with maybe getting close to average by the time we get to Thanksgiving.
All right, that next weekend looks a little chilly down in the 20s.
Yeah, that's even colder.
And always remember, you know, that first snow, kind of get accumulated with driving, get yourself back, and take a little extra time, give yourself some time on the commute. So thanks for the updates, Greg. No problem. We'll check back in just a little bit. Well, the Heartland Trophy is staying in Iowa. The Badgers coming up short on their rally against the Hawkeyes Saturday, falling below 500 conference record with just 2 regular season games to go. From the start, it was a struggle for the offense to get things going. The only points the Badgers produce in the first quarter are a field goal. And when the second quarter rolls around, special teams and offense, they just continue to spiral. Iowa able to score not 1 but 2 touchdowns and trying to keep this team in the fight. While that was up to the Badger defense, they were showing up, spending lots of time in Iowa's backfield. Spencer Petra was sacked 6 times, Nick Herbig accounting for half of those. And as a unit, they held Iowa to just 146 yards, but it was not enough. Wisconsin only putting up 10 points, and Iowa will take back the bowl. Zach Hanley was there and has more on how the Badgers beat themselves.
It's a story we've seen before from this team. One phase plays well enough to win, but doesn't get enough help from the other 2. And today was just another chapter in that book. The Badger defense allowed just 146 yards, but the Badger offense and special teams, well, they didn't come to play.
We got to find a way to punch our way out of it. You know, that's the only thing you can do when you're kind of back against the wall after some turnovers or field position with special teams. So proud of the way we played on defense, but we need to get a win, you know, and we couldn't find a way to get it done.
We just have to find a way to execute on offense, and, you know, we didn't get that done. But, you know, defense played a hell of a game, and if they're going to play like that, you know, we got to hold up our end of the bargain, too.
We're below par, and that was something that decided the game in the end, because that's what we knew going into this week was going to be just a field position game. Obviously, that's what kept Iowa in a lot of their games, and we just needed to be up to that level.
You kind of think, like, as a defense, what were our minuses? I don't know, maybe a couple missed tackles, you know, so, I mean, that's obviously tough, but like I said, we're not going to point fingers. I mean, we got to go back to the drawing board and see what we can do. You know, how can we help our offense out?
Let's go. Let's bring it home, man.
So not only did the Badgers lose the Heartland Trophy, but they also lost their shot at controlling their own destiny in the West. As far as the team goes, Jim Leonard was short and sweet, saying, quote, "We'll find a way to show up next week." At Kinnick Stadium, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
Yeah, they got a big one next week. But I do want to give you an update on a story we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Officials now say 6 people have died in that 2-plane collision that happened in Dallas yesterday at the Dallas Air Show. Those details just coming in this morning. 6 people have tragically died in that plane crash in Dallas. Well, hey, make News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. And when we get back, one local woman is sharing potential life-saving tips. We're back after this.
The upcoming holidays are hectic enough without having to worry about appliances breaking down. Family-owned Brothers Maine is having a Veterans Day sale featuring kitchen and laundry deals on GE appliances. The lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Turkey? Check. Cranberries. Stuffing? Pie? Check, check, check. Potatoes sweet and mashed? Check. Now what about that post-turkey nap? Don't worry. The Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. Shop today and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And check out the Summit Firm for only $279.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. The Black Friday Super Sale on now at Denver Mattress.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes, I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow. I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare,
What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
A lot of Medicare health plans have benefits that are specific to your county. So why would you call a national 1-800 number when your local Medicare plans have all the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better?
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
It all comes down to this.
We're breaking down all the tools you need for this election day.
They've already been waiting for a full hour. Our team is spread across the state.
This one could not be tighter.
I will still be the 46th governor of the great state of Wisconsin.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help in providing Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without a holiday dinner.
We're grateful for any gift you can provide. Donate today at goodmancenter.org.
Finally this morning, our Brady Mallory introduces us to a Janesville breast cancer survivor who's urging people to watch for the signs that could save your life if caught early enough.
It's not unusual for Dawn Thompson and her husband to take a trip.
We love to travel.
And her love for Lambeau took her all the way to London to watch the Green Bay Packers.
What do you think of Abbey Road? I think it's pretty cool. It's iconic. I mean, to walk across the same crosswalk that the Beatles crossed I've wanted to do this my whole life.
But there was one journey she never expected.
Everything can change in an instant.
In June 2020, doctors diagnosed Thompson with breast cancer. Before she went in, Thompson knew something was wrong.
I literally rolled over one evening to turn the alarm clock on, and I felt kind of a pulling sensation in my right breast. And I did an exam, and I felt something that I had never noticed before.
By the time Thompson got to a doctor, her cancer was already at stage 3. Thompson was shocked, because less than a year earlier, her mammogram came back clear.
Scans can't pick up everything, and we worry about microscopic disease spreading, and that wasn't detected on certain images.
Thompson had surgery, followed by several rounds of chemotherapy and radiation.
There was a possibility to beat this, and I wanted to beat the odds. So I was determined to do it.
Despite being at a later stage, doctors say it's still vital to get the proper medical care, which can determine the best course of action.
Breast cancer treatments have changed tremendously over the last 20 to 40 years.
Doctors can essentially tailor-make a treatment plan designed to give the patient the best outcome.
Years ago, where we just kind of would throw medications at it and hope that something worked, now we really have targeted medications. And what's nice about that, again, is it is very specific to somebody's tumor.
Beyond medical care, Thompson says her support system helped her get through this. She was having chemo during the early days of the pandemic, so her loved ones couldn't be inside the hospital with her. So they set up outside in the winter snow, including her husband.
He says, listen, if I can sit on a bucket on a frozen lake and fish all day, I can certainly sit outside my wife's window for 3 hours while she goes through her last chemo treatments.
Thompson is now cancer-free, and her story is a reminder to get regular scans and then go to the doctor when something isn't right.
Know your body, be your own advocate.
For as much as she loves to travel, cancer took her down a difficult path. Still, Dawn Thompson appreciates where it's taken her, and she hopes her journey can be a roadmap for someone else.
I am grateful for life, to be honest with you. If there's something about my story that can spark something and help somebody down the road, then my battle will have all been worth it.
What a great reminder there for everyone to, be your own advocate, and glad she's doing well. Greg, before we go, how about a quick check of the weather?
I think it's cold is the way to say it, but we do have light accumulating snow, so watch the Tuesday or Wednesday morning commute. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but definitely we have the snow coming, and those cold temps last for a while.
That's a good reminder. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you back here next weekend.